Get ready for these pictures that are way more than meets the eye. If you look closely, you'll see that these photos hide some mysteries and secrets. Let's go. This looks like a photo of a couple walking on the beach in 1954. But what if we tell you there is way more behind it? This photo actually shows a husband and wife clutching each other after finding out their 19-month-old son, who had been playing in their yard, have wandered off to the beach and vanished into the water. This heart-wrenching photograph went on to appear on the front page of the Los Angeles Times and later won a Pulitzer Award. You think you are looking at a collector's card of basketball 1990, right? But look closer and you'll find out who is hiding in the audience. This card actually shows the Menendez brothers sitting in front court. These seats were paid with money of their parents, and we all know what they did to their parents in 1989. Just a normal photo of a street in 1865 in Washington, D.C.? If you look closely, you see this photo is showing the infamous Ford Theater. And just one day before this photo was taken, President Abraham Lincoln lost his life in this very building by John Wilkes Booth. A man enjoying the gym in the early 20th century? This was actually the gym that was inside the Titanic itself. Note that this photo was taken on April 11, 1912, just a few days before the ship sank. A tourist visiting a tribe during his holiday? But if we are honest, this is the last known photo of Michael Rockefeller, 1961, pictured with a New Guinean tribe known for cannibalism. Michael disappeared without a trace during his 1961 New Guinean expedition, and his body was never found. A group of innocent children walking? If you look close, you see these are the final moments during the Holocaust, as they were led to the gas chambers, marking one of the darkest periods in history. A photo of World War I soldiers playing football on a field? This incredible photograph actually shows British, French, and German soldiers who all agreed to stop the fighting for Christmas. The ceasefire was unofficial and was not organized by any military leaders. Military men and women having a happy get-together during World War II? Well, this photograph actually shows Auschwitz concentration camp staff enjoying a pleasant day off. By looking at them, you would never think they work in the most horrific concentration camps of history. A group of men posing for a picture? There is more than meets the eye in this photograph. The Lenko brothers, all of them fought and survived WW1, a reunion in 1982. A photograph of people rowing a boat in the early 1910s, seemingly peaceful, but it's actually a moment captured from the Titanic disaster. If you look closely, you'll realize that this image is far more tragic than it first appears. This photo was taken during the chaos of the Titanic sinking in April 1912, as passengers desperately rowed lifeboats away from the wreckage, not knowing the full extent of the disaster that claimed over 1,500 lives. The photo shows the remains of a Japanese warplane that attempted a kamikaze attack on the HMS Sussex in 1944. Take a moment to notice the twisted wreckage. This failed kamikaze strike is a stark reminder of the desperation during World War II. The pilot's mission was to inflict damage on the Sussex, but instead the crash marks one of many heart-stopping moments in naval warfare during that time. The photo shows a woman taking a picture after hiking up a mountain, a peaceful moment with her boyfriend by her side. If you look closely, there's an eerie sense of foreboding in the air. Just moments after this photo was taken, her boyfriend would shockingly push her off the cliff, leading to his conviction and a 52-year sentence for the horrific crime. A big family having a vacation in Sweden in 1971? But look closely. Among the smiling faces is Osama bin Laden, just a young man at the time, long before his name would be tied to one of the most tragic events in history. The family was in Sweden for a business trip with Volvo, unaware that this trip would become a part of his mysterious past. An ordinary man lighting up the Christmas tree? This is Karl Hocker lighting the candles of a Christmas tree in Auschwitz. How people can think of Christmas and celebrate during these days while some meters away people are suffering, have nothing to eat, and being locked up as animals. A man throwing water into a pool in the 1960s. But look closely. This disturbing image captures the exact moment when Jimmy Brock, the hotel manager, threw acid into the pool where black and white guests were swimming. Just 7 days before, Martin Luther King Jr. had been arrested at this very hotel for trespassing after a protest at the whites-only restaurant. In response to the peaceful act of integration, white guests invited black people to swim, and the manager's violent reaction was captured in this photo. A group of smiling seniors posing for their photo in 1999. But take a closer look. Sitting in the top left are Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, the two students who would later carry out the tragic Columbine High School shooting. This seemingly innocent photo now holds a chilling connection to one of the most devastating school shootings in history. A group of German prisoners of war seated in a movie theater in 1945 in New York City. But look closely. These men are covering their faces as they watch official footage of the horrors committed in the German concentration camps. The chilling moment captures their shock and disbelief as they are confronted with the atrocities their country had been responsible for during the war. Abraham Lincoln delivers his powerful second inaugural address on March 4, 1865. If you look closely, you can see the weight of the nation's turmoil in his expression. Delivered near the end of the Civil War, his speech is remembered for its call for healing and reconciliation amidst a divided America. A group of hikers on their expedition into the Dyatlov Pass in February 1959. Look closely and you'll see a chilling hint of the mystery surrounding their fate. Despite extensive investigations, the 9 hikers vanished under unexplained circumstances, leaving behind only puzzling clues and an enduring, unsolved enigma. A car parked in a quiet town in 1998, filled with nearly 500 pounds of explosives. If you look closely, you'll realize this seemingly ordinary scene hides a devastating tragedy. The car bomb, claimed by the real Irish Republican Army, IRA, killed 29 people and injured 200, forever changing the peaceful life of Omagh, Northern Ireland. The members of Apollo 1 were involved in a tragic incident during a pre-launch test in 1967. If you look closely, you'll notice the heartbreaking tragedy that unfolded behind this seemingly ordinary image. The fire, caused by an electrical fault in the spacecraft's pure oxygen atmosphere, claimed the lives of astronauts Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger B. Chaffee, forever altering the course of space exploration. At first glance, this looks like an ordinary car parked in the garage, but look closely and you'll spot a cat curled up for a nap, tucked away over the wheel. This clever kitty found the perfect hiding spot, almost blending in with its surroundings. At first, this may seem like random selfie, but take a closer look and you'll notice a creepy eye peeking out from under the sheets. It might just send a chill down your spine as you realize something or someone is watching you from the darkness. At first glance, these adorable cubs seem to be playing near the cactus, but look closely in the corner and you'll spot their protective mother hiding in the shadows. She's keeping a close eye on them, ready to spring into action if needed. At first, it looks like just a regular bag of leaves, but take a closer look and you'll notice something much more surprising inside. Hidden among the leaves, there's a little surprise that was definitely not expected. At first glance, it seems like just a fun moment, but look again. Beneath the playful exterior, something far more sinister lurks. That creepy face staring back is all too familiar. Would you dare to be down there with Pennywise? It seems like just another typical lecture, but take a closer look. Among the students, there's a giant surprise. That massive dog isn't just a distraction. It's right there in the middle of the class. Wouldn't want to be the one explaining that to the professor. Just a sweet family photo, right? But if you look closely, you'll see they're not just sitting on any ordinary chair. Nope, that's someone's back they're lounging on. Talk about being the backbone of the family. It's a family portrait with an unexpected twist, literally. At first glance, it just looks like a regular construction site. But take a closer look. Did you spot the perfectly camouflaged ghost girl standing in front of the digger? It's almost like she's blending in with the surroundings, making her nearly invisible. A spooky optical illusion right in the middle of a construction zone. Seems like a regular cozy sofa, but wait, did you spot it? A tiny face peeking out from the corner of the cushions. Who's hiding there? Definitely not creepy, right? It's the kind of surprise that will make you do a double take. Looks like an ordinary box on the table, but take a closer look. There's a tiny kitten tucked inside. Perfectly camouflaged, isn't it? It's a sneaky little spot that almost blends right in. This little furball knows how to hide. You're just enjoying a drink when suddenly you notice something in the background. That eerie figure watching from a distance? Definitely not the company you wanted at the pub. Makes you wonder how long it's been there. That groom may be looking sharp, but his shoes are doing all the talking. Turns out, the secret's not in his vows, it's on his soles. Talk about stepping into marriage with a funny message. Guess he's keeping his feet firmly planted in the humor zone. At first glance, it seems like just another figure skating moment. But if you look closely, Tonya Harding isn't just adjusting her skate lace. She's about to break more than just a lace. This is from the infamous incident where things went from a minor wardrobe malfunction to a national scandal in the blink of an eye. You wouldn't believe the twist this broken lace would soon trigger in the world of sports. At first glance, this looks like just another string of random characters, but if you look closely, you'll see it's not just some jumbled text, it's a supposed special Unicode message hiding in plain sight. The curious thing about these codes is they often carry secret meanings or hidden symbols, waiting to be discovered by those with the right eyes to decode them. So next time you see a string of symbols, don't dismiss it. There might be more to it than meets the eye. At first glance, this looks like a typical surreal Dali painting, but if you look closely, you'll notice 3 flying cats in the background. Dali's playful approach to reality breaks the rules, adding quirky details like these. It's a wild take on cat flight in his dreamlike world.